Yo, what's going on, guys? KrispyFlakes here. For today's video is the start of my 5-part series where we're going to be ranking every single position in the NBA, going into the offseason and based off what we know from the NBA bubble and last NBA season, kind of what to expect for some of these guys out here, man. So, full disclosure, I've not done any research whatsoever. So a lot of this is going to be based off of intuition and just my thoughts and opinions, guys. Now, I ask you very kindly, if you don't mind hitting that like button. We are going to disagree. It is going to happen. But, that's just the fun part about basketball and debate is that, hey, let's have that conversation in the comment section below. Don't be a salty bitch ass about it, man. If you don't mind hitting that like button, would be greatly appreciated. Like I said, man, it's not that deep. It's just, it's basketball. It's fun. So, yeah, basically, we have every single NBA point guard, at least according to this list that I'm using. Not saying it's 100% accurate. But, yeah, so basically what we have here, man, is we can just kind of, rank it. It's going to start from the left being the best, and we're going to rank it all the way to the right. It's the best way I thought, I figured to do this and stuff. So, yeah, I think what we have to do is kind of, get, our base set. Okay, best and worst. In my humble opinion, I still think, no doubt, the best point guard in the NBA is Steph Curry. Steph Curry, the way, he's a playmaker, his three-point shot, all that stuff. Yes, obviously, he didn't really play a lot last season, and the Golden State Warriors missed him. Obviously, man, I mean, they were one of the worst teams in the NBA. Some people call him, a top 5 point guard of all time. So, yeah, Steph Curry, to me, is still the best point guard in the NBA, no doubt. Now, we have that for our base. So let me get a mid-tier guy. Who's a mid-tier guy that nobody's okay, whatever. I'm gonna say a mid-tier point guard would have to be probably Eric Bledsoe. Nobody's saying Eric Bledsoe's a top point guard, but also there's nobody saying well, Eric Bledsoe doesn't deserve to be in the NBA. So yeah, we're gonna say he's a mid-tier guy like that. Let's actually move Curry down here a little bit. So that's 1-15, and the worst point guard in the NBA. Out of all these guys here, I would probably have to say is Avery Bradley, just because he's not really a point guard. I mean, LeBron James technically plays point guard, but yeah, I guess he's listed at point guard or whatever. So we're going to have Avery Bradley listed as the worst point guard in the NBA. I don't think anybody's too upset about that, man. Okay, so let's go second best. I guess, okay, I think this is going to be the best way to do it. Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is worse than Steph Curry, so therefore he'll be right there, right? Is Chris Paul better than Ben Simmons right now? That's kind of interesting, man. They'll definitely be very close on the list together. So I'm going to have to say that, okay, out of the two, because I guess what's our basis going to be, man? For me, I'm going to obviously focus on stats, leadership, but also I do think age is probably important to some extent, right? Because it's just hey, this is the guy you want for the future of your team. This is how you're going to rank them based off what they can be in the future. So I'm going to have to put Chris Paul probably just after Ben Simmons. Just after Ben Simmons feels about right. And then, so next we got Damian Lillard. I do think Damian Lillard is the second best point guard in the NBA. I do think he's the second best point guard in the NBA. So we're going to put him right about there. Let's move him nice and close. Get them all snugged together. And so far, I'm really liking this list here, man. Okay, so we got D'Lo. D'Lo is better than Eric Bledsoe, but I think I'd rather have CP3 over D'Lo. But then again, age-wise, kind of, but it can't be that big of a factor, though. Because, to me, CP3 and Ben Simmons are two totally different types of point guards, but they're great for different reasons. Where I just think Chris Paul is just better than D'Lo. So, I think that's fair to say. Here we got Darius Garland. So, yeah, Darius Garland does have potential to be a great NBA point guard, no doubt. But he is a few seasons away. I was actually pretty impressed by him his rookie season, man. To go from missing, an entire, he didn't play any college, did he? He missed his entire college, due to, a torn ACL or something like that. Came back, and, he wasn't great. Efficiency wasn't great. But he was fine. He was fine, man. He was fine. So, we are going to have Darius Garland down this list over here. He'll probably be towards the back like that, unfortunately. We got Darren Fox. Okay. Ooh. Is Darren Fox better than D'Lo? I mean, D'Lo has been an all-star. Darren Fox has not been an all-star. That's my only thing. That's my only thing. But De'Aaron Fox also puts up really nice numbers. But it's if D'Lo was the starting point guard for the Kings, what type of numbers would he be pointing up? I really like D'Lo. I feel like he's very underrated. And I kind of hate what's become of his career. I really do hope he finds a home, on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Right now, I'm leaning towards this. I'm not totally confident by it, but I'm leaning towards that as of right now. Okay, I'm leaning towards that. Okay, let's go with another player, man. Let's go with Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic is gonna be far up this list here. Okay, so for me, Steph Curry is the best point guard. Damian Lillard is the second best point guard. To me, Luka is the third best point guard. Now, that's like there's a difference between saying best player and best point guard because overall, Luka Doncic puts up crazy numbers. But from a point guard standpoint, like the reason he's there is just because like he's like the best like ball handler on the team. If they went off and got like a Kyle Lowry or something like that, Luka would be playing like the 2 spot or 3 spot on in the NBA and stuff, right, man? So I'm gonna probably have to go ahead and put Luka at 3. And I just really respect what Damian Lillard was doing and stuff. And a lot of it, too, just comes down to, Luka, while he did put up crazy numbers, he was, like, injured and stuff at times. So I do think that should be put into some sort of consideration in this. But then, okay, Luka not as, injured and not as proven as Steph Curry, who was obviously injured, too, right? So, but, Steph Curry, we know exactly what he brings. Luka, Damian, they could be flip-flopped. I wouldn't be mad either way. I'm sure there's going to be somebody, storming up in the comment section below. Keep in mind, guys, don't get mad about, like, this right here. If you want to get angry about, like, this and, like, this or something, that's completely fine. If it's, like, way down your list or whatever. But overall, man, like, you can't get too mad about, like, if there's, like, a 2 or 3 spot that you want to flip-flop. Because I'm like, okay, I can be talked into that, no doubt. Next up, let's go with Dejante Murray. Okay, so Dejante Murray... obviously needs to, like, add some stuff offensively. Why can't I move him, man? Oh, wait. Okay, I had him highlighted. My bad. Okay, so I really like what he brings defensively. His offense is kind of coming together. I think I would personally... This one might get flip-flopped. I think I would personally actually take Dejante over Eric Bledsoe, but it's, like, right next to him. I don't know. Like, Eric Bledsoe, I just don't like him in the playoffs and stuff. I mean, he was in the playoffs, though, right? So I guess that's something to be said. But still, I would take Dejante over Eric Bledsoe right now because, like, these are both defensive guards. Dejante's the better defender. Eric Bledsoe probably brings a little bit more offensively right now, but not to like a great extent, right? Okay, let's do some bad point guards again. So, Tomas Satoransky, good player. I love him as a backup. I don't like him as a starter, and I think that's fair to say. I like him as a backup, don't like him as a starter. Some players are just better in certain roles, so yeah, I like him probably about right here, man. No, wait, we're gonna do this. He'll be right there. I don't really like, where's he at? Did I already grab him? Yeah, right here. What's his name, man? Is this Emmanuel Mudiay, I believe? I believe it's... Oh, damn. Yo, I messed up everything. Everything's messed up. It's all broken. No, yeah, I don't really like Emmanuel Mudiay all that much. So I'll put him right there. No, that's Alfred Payton. My bad. Alfred Payton. I think. Okay, yeah, Tomas Satoransky is going right there. That's fine. All right, let's go with Kemba Walker. So Kemba Walker, to me, is better than D'Lo. And I think a big thing about Kemba Walker is that maybe like his numbers didn't look as good last season, but that's because he was on a team with a lot more talent. But he's still a great player. Like if he was on Charlotte, he still wouldn't put up a 30-piece, right? So it's like I actually kind of like that he took like a backup role almost to the team. It was like, okay, like Jason Tatum, I know what I can bring. I know what you can bring. You can bring some superstardom to this team. So I'll let you be the guy taking the most shots and stuff, which I was fine with, man. So that should be okay. Next up, okay, I'm definitely leaning towards, like, Eric Bledsoe's not really a mid-tier anymore because we're really coming into his bar right here. Okay, next up, let's go with Trae Young. Trae Young's interesting. Okay, Trae Young it's going to be very tough to rank right here. Okay, I do think Luke is better than Trae Young. I think that's fair to say. Do I think Trae Young is better than Ben Simmons? Because Trae Young is all offense, no defense. Ben Simmons is all defense, maybe a little bit of offense, but not the way you really want offense to be played by your point guard these days. I'm leaning towards... Because the 76ers would be more successful with Joel Embiid and Trae Young as opposed to Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. I think. This is going to be another one where it probably could be a little controversial. But I think I'm going to... I'm leaning towards this. I don't feel 100% confident about it. I'll be very fine if you want to get mad about it. In the comment section below. Go for it. That'd be completely fine, man. That would be completely fine. Okay, let's go with... we got any other bad point guards? Not okay. I guess probably Patrick Beverley would have to be right here. The only reason I have Patrick Beverley over any of these other guys, I'm probably disrespecting Alfred Payton a little bit, but it's like he put up okay numbers on a really, really bad team. Like, come on, man. You're playing for the Knicks. Like, you should be dropping 30. Those opportunities to be given. But, yeah, Patrick Beverley at least gives you, like, the grit and grindness that none of these other guys really give you. Maybe Avery Bradley to some extent. But, like I say, Avery Bradley's just not really a point guard. Okay, next up, let's go with Markelle Fultz would probably be down here. And that's just because I've always been a believer in Markelle Fultz. It's just, you know, he's still proving himself. He's still getting back from, like, major injuries and stuff, man. So, yeah, I got him right there. Okay. Let's do Kyrie Irving next. Is Kyrie Irving still a top point guard in the NBA? For me, I probably have Kyrie at about 6 right now, man. I'm not going to lie. I probably have him at about 6. And, you know, people might find that disrespectful. Maybe, I mean, but there's somebody that's like, yo, like, you're being disrespectful, like CP3 now. Like, why is CP3 getting moved so far down this list? Yo, I'm actually kind of feeling maybe even like Kemba Walker over Chris Paul. I love what Chris Paul did, though. Like, he was fantastic, right? These are so hard to do, guys. That's why I don't do them ever, because, like, there's nothing that good, you know, especially in the comment section, nothing good will come out of this. It's just I'm really setting myself up for the disaster and a lot of name calling in the comment section, which is fine. Just fine, man. Nothing I've ever heard on the school bus before, right? But yeah, Kyrie, just Kyrie's leadership. Like, I cannot ignore his God-gifted, you know, offensive abilities and handles. But the leadership's just bad, man. I mean, once again, like, Kyrie, Ben Simmons, it could go either way for me, but I just don't, okay, like, that's the thing about the NBA is that people care more about offense than defense. Like, what Kyrie does offensively is mind-blowing, but what Ben Simmons does defensively is also mind-blowing. It's just not really sought upon enough, so I'm kind of, you know, focusing on that, right? Alrighty, next up, let's go for, like, the bad side of things. It's no longer, like, bad point guards. Like, these are just guys that it's just like they're not like the top guys anymore. Probably have to say, because Lonzo has the playmaking, he has the defense, 3-point shot got a little better. Kendrick Nunn was like, you know, an instant like 15 points, and that's about what he was doing out there. So I probably got to have Kendrick as the next point guard right here, unfortunately. I don't love it, but that's where we're at with things. So yeah, he's got to go right there. Followed by probably Lonzo Ball, who I really... Do I like Lonzo more than Eric Bledsoe, though? That's the thing. I think you probably got to take Eric Bledsoe a little bit over Lonzo Ball. Just a little bit. You know, we ain't getting crazy with it out here, man. Terry Rozier. Scary Terry. He was like I believe he was like a 17-5-5 guy. He was actually pretty nice. Man. Like, like people aren't really talking about Terry Rozier because his contract's not the greatest, but he was a nice point guard for the Charlotte Hornets. So he averaged about the same, you know, amount of points as Kendrick did, but obviously the rebounding and assist and stuff was a little bit better. I would probably actually take Scary Terry over Lonzo Ball right now, man. Just like the way he was putting it up the numbers and stuff. But you know, I'm not like sold on it. Like these three, you could probably have a discussion about that, and that would be fine. Okay, next up we got D Rose. D Rose is interesting, man. D Rose is interesting. I mean, he was coming off one of his best NBA seasons. Would I take him? Would I personally take D Rose over like Darren Fox, D'Lo, or Kemba Walker? I'm leaning towards probably not. Like, he's right behind them. I know, man. I feel like that's fair, though. I feel like that's fair. And we are already running out of room like crazy over here, man. But it's all good. It's all good. You know, we just squish the players together, man. It'll be completely fine. We'll just squish them together. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I feel like that's fair for Derrick Rose. I think I just really like Darren Fox, too. And I'm trying not to hate on him. You know what I'm saying? Okay, next we got Ja Morant. So Ja Morant should be pretty high up on this list. Was Rookie of the Year. Out of all these guys, I'm probably going to take Ja Morant over D'Lo. I think I would, man. Because, like, I think about like this. Like, obviously what made Ja Morant so great this season was that he took, like, a team who's the offense been run by, like, Mike Conley for, like, the past decade, and people thought they were going to fall off, and he got them to the playoffs, right? Got them to the playoffs. D'Lo did get the Brooklyn Nets to the playoffs, not last season, but the season before, so that's something to be said about that. But I feel like Ja Morant is just like the expectations. So he's going to be right there. Next up, we got Bubble Murray. So Murray, I think, is a top point guard in the NBA, man. I really do think he's a top point guard in the NBA. His scoring it'd be just looking amazing. Like he's looking like a superstar. Like he's looking like a superstar point guard. And for that reason, okay, once again, I got to think about it like this. If you replace Jamal Murray in the bubble with either CP3, Kemba Walker, are you having more success? Probably not, man. I mean, Jamal Murray, like, it's time to respect his name, guys. It's time to put some respect on his name. He's no longer just like a guy looking like, oh, like, we know what he could be. Yeah, he's got to be like right here. He's got to be just after Kyrie. He really has to be just after Kyrie. He has to be just after Kyrie. Okay, there we go, man. There we go. Next up, we got John Wall. So what exactly we got John Wall these days? We haven't seen him play in like 2 seasons, but I think for that reason, probably has to be after Derrick Rose. Like, I still have confidence that John Wall, when healthy, I think that's an important note right here. When healthy, is better than Eric Bledsoe, Dejante Murray. Like, he brings really good defense. The playmaking's there, but at this point, I don't think I would take him over any of these other point guards. I feel like John Wall right now is like the definition of like the mid-tier point guard, because like we know what he could be, but we also know that he could really fall off too. So I'm gonna give him his respect and put him right there, guys. Some people might not think it's respectful, but I think it is. Okay, next up, we got Kyle Lowry. I know Kyle Lowry watches my videos, man, so he's really looking for some respect on this one right here. Okay, Kyle Lowry. I think I gotta put him just after Kemba. Just after Kemba Walker, and just before Ja Morant. I feel like Ja Morant and D'Lo. I'm really struggling with that one right there, man. I'm really struggling with that one. Okay, man, this is getting so tight. That's what she said. Okay, yeah, I think I gotta put him right there, man. That feels about right for him. And like I said, man, some of these are so close. Like you can have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, and that's kind of how my mind works. So I know it's like you put them like before and after certain guys, but that's not like, we're not trying to like disrespect. Okay, next up we got Malcolm Brogdon. Brogdon was fine. He had a really hot start to the NBA season, which was literally like a year ago now. Like literally, man, like we're supposed to be starting like next NBA offseason or preseason right now. But like a year ago, if you guys remember when he first started playing for the Pacers, he was looking like a top point guard in the NBA. He was looking really nice out there. But yeah, I would for sure take I'm thinking I'm probably taking him over Dejante, over Eric Bledsoe. Bro, this is... Okay, here we go. Right about there for him, man. Feels about right. Now, you could argue him over John Wall. You know what? I think I would probably have to take him over John Wall, actually. Just because, like, I really enjoy his, like, intelligence. I really enjoy the fact that he's a point guard, but he can also play off-ball, too. I think that would work out nicely on a lot of teams. He's just, like, former Rookie of the Year, too, so we got to pay him his respect there. Next up, we do have Mike Conley. Mike Conley was bad this season, guys. Mike Conley, I gotta put him after Eric Bledsoe, but before Terry Rozier. No, bro, he even feels farther down the list than that. Actually, you know what? I'm actually feeling more over here. He was really bad. Like I'm actually thinking like if Kendrick Nunn was the point guard for the Jazz, they would have had a lot more success. Okay, we can see all that, right, man? And Terry was right there. Yo, come on, Kendrick! Damn it, Kendrick. Oh my God, man. Kendrick just hiding. He's like, no, man. I'm not giving up my ranking. Okay, whatever. So I hit him like right there. Okay, that's fine. We can still see it. We're all still good. We got two more to go. Ricky Rubio. Ricky Rubio wasn't a bad point guard. Better than Terry Rozier. Probably not as good as Eric Bledsoe. I feel like that's fine. And then last, but certainly not least, Russell Westbrook. We definitely saved a controversial one for last. I have no idea how I'm going to fit him on this list right here. So Russell Westbrook, obviously known as like a playoff choker now or whatever. But I mean, I look at Russell Westbrook and like I recognize that this man still has the capabilities of dropping a triple-double on the nightly basis. I recognize that like at points in the bubble he was really, really good, and even before the bubble he was playing some really good basketball. I still think he's probably he's definitely a top 10 point guard. It comes down to I take him over Kyrie Irving. Okay, so like Kyrie, like I said, is gifted offensively, but that's about all he brings to a team. Russell Westbrook, I still like his tenacity. I still like his playmaking. I still like his rebounding, which I think puts him the edge up over Kyrie Irving, guys. And I think that's my list. So let me just reiterate it right here for everybody. Number 1, Steph Curry. Number 2, Damian Lillard. Number 3, Luka Doncic. Number 4, Trae Young. Number 5, Ben Simmons. Number 6, Russell Westbrook. Number 7, Kyrie Irving. Number 8, Jamal Murray. Number 9, CP3. Number 10, Kemba Walker. Number 11, Kyle Lowry. Number 12, John Morant. Number 13, D'Lo. Number 14, Darren Fox. Number 15, D Rose. Number 16, Malcolm Brogdon. 17, John Wall. 18, Dejante. 19, Bledsoe. 20, Ricky. 21, Terry. 22, Lonzo. 23, Kendrick. 24, Mike. 25, Markelle. 26, Beverly. 27, Tomas. 28, Alfred. 29, Darius. And 30, Avery Bradley. I'm sure there's a lot of changes I could make. I don't think this is the bad basis, though, man. I feel like this is all right. I feel good about it. I feel good about it, man. If I feel like I'm disrespecting anybody, I would say maybe an argument for like Derrick Rose. He could probably be a little higher. But I did put into account that he was, doing really well with like the bench and stuff, but he also was injured a lot. Malcolm Brogdon, I felt like this was about right for him. Kemba Walker, Kyle Lowry, both fantastic point guards. I just think there's guys that are like better right now. But these are still great point guards. Sum up this video, guys. There is so many damn good point guards in the NBA. There is so many damn point guards, good damn point guards in the NBA. It's not even funny. Like, these guys are so good. It's so hard to do a list like this. Hope you guys did all enjoy this video. This was a lot of fun to do. I fear to read the comments of this one. I might have to actually ignore it. But that's all we got, man. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out.